Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, a multi-generational podcast slash FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Sunday, the 3rd of July, 2022, and this is episode 487. I have the balcony door open, letting air in. I may have to close it. Or maybe that person stopped yelling. We hope. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. You can see there's a large pile on my desk. So I think we're going to go ahead and get started. I was going to tell you about Dammy and where they are at post-college, but we actually had an Ask the Geeks question about it. So stay tuned for that segment, and I'll tell you about that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Let's start by talking about what's on my needles. In my adorable kitty bag from Little Fish Stitches, I am working on a pair of socks for me. I did not get them out before I started. Sorry about that. I am using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern that you can find on javapearldesigns.com. And as always, everything we talk about in this episode, you can find in the show notes at GGKCS.com. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and I'm using Regia Perfect 4-ply in the rainbow colorway. So sock number 1 is done. These are my Pride socks. And sock number 2 is getting close. So I'm in the green. So the thing with this yarn is it has like this section of yarn that you're supposed to cut and then start your cast on there. And then halfway through the skein, there's that other length and you cut it and start there. So these should be pretty close to identical unless my tension changed in knitting them. So I'm hoping that I might have enough left over of this to do a pair of shorty socks. I was tempted to do like knee-high socks, but I own one pair of knee-high socks that I knit, and I just don't wear them very often. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to knit a regular height of socks, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so I don't have much more to go on that, so hopefully I'll finish those this week, I would think, maybe. So the other thing on my needles in my maker bag from Nerdbird Stitchery is the Dust of Snow wrap, which is a pattern by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. And I am knitting this on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I'm using yarn that was in the advent calendar that Silver D and Friends made for me last Christmas. And I am officially 55% done. I can't wait till I can block this and it really opens up. So I'm literally knitting 12 rows a week on this, and I will be done by the end of the year. So I just, where that green and the red and the white is, that is color 14. It's a Christmas colorway. So, yeah, yesterday I hit 55%. I just love it. I can't wait to wear it. It's going to be so long. I'm going to block it and open up all the lace. Yeah, I just love it so much. And I love that, you know, it takes me, you know, depending on if I'm doing like a garter row or a lace row, it takes me, you know, 5-ish or so minutes to do, which is not bad at all. And yeah, I just love the rhythm of it, and knowing that at year's end I'll have this amazing wrap to wear that will remind me of people who love me, and I love that. So, all right, that's everything on my needles, but I have a lot of FOs to show you. So let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk about my stack of knitted FOs. I'm going to show you these first, and then I will show you the multitude of preemie hats. So first up, I finished a pair of shorty fingerless mitts for my nephew Wyatt. Although I might give these ones to Waylon, my other nephew, and then I think I have enough of this yarn to knit another pair, which I think Wyatt might like the colors better, because this had a long color repeat. There's a lot of other colors in this yarn. So we'll just see. We'll just see. I knit them the same size, so we'll see. This is a pattern that was a free pattern that I modified and just worked from my notes for. I did these on US 3.25 mil needles, and this is Earth Yarn's unique fingering in the very descriptive 3014 colorway. It took me 6 days to knit these, so not bad at all. Not bad at all. Oh, look, my nails match. Green for reproductive rights. So there are the fingerless mitts. And then we have all the preemie hats. So I knit my preemie hats. I knit one a week, usually on Sundays. Sometimes I have to jump, modify it a little bit, but usually on Sundays. My watch would like me to take a moment for mindfulness. And Pink Pearl is coming over to say hello. Hi, baby. You wanted to say hi? Say hello, people. My video will be after the credits. Yeah, I'm a cute baby. Can you show them your rainbow bow tie? Rainbow for Pride Month. Because it's always Pride Month. And July is Disability Pride Month, which is me. So, all right, can you say bye-bye to the people so I can show them everything? Bye, people. I love you. I love you, people. There you go. Okay, preemie hats. I knit one a week. I use my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can download from our website, javapearldesigns.com. I do these on US 6's 4 mil needles. Okay, so here is number 22. Woo! Look at that color. It's kind of gray outside, so that is affecting the color, but this one is really pretty bright. This is Arctic Yarn by Abby, self-patterning sock in the Sugar School colorway, Soundview Fiber mill fingering in the CC's pink colorway, and Baroque Vintage Decay in the white colorway. Oh, I love it. These are like totally my colors. So, okay, and then number 23 also is bright. Is Bernay Cotton Tots in the strawberry colorway and Bernay Softy Baby in the mint colorway. Number 24 is Baroque Vintage Decay in the cracked pepper colorway, Nice and Knit fingering in the Back Bay colorway, and Soundview Fiber mill fingering in the natural colorway. Number 25 is also Nice and Knit fingering in the Back Bay colorway, Desert Vista Dyework sock in an unknown colorway, and Baroque Vintage Decay in the white colorway. This one is just so pale, but then there's a little bit of pops of blue. And then just the really pale muted colors. I love that. And number 26 is Patton's Fab DK in the Pebble colorway and Vitalana Ambient Worsted in the Venezia colorway. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 5 preemie hats and a pair of fingerless mitts. Since we chatted last, I have this week's preemie hat on the needles, ready to start knitting, because I make the pom-pom the night before, and then I cast on with the Emily Ocker cast on, I think is what it's called. It's in the pattern, and it tells you, like, yeah, it's in the pattern. So I go ahead and cast that on, so I'm ready to start knitting the next day. So that was a lot of FOs. So I also have a cross-stitch FO plus at least one new project, maybe 2. Can't remember if I'd started the other one when I talked to y'all last. Anyway, we'll see. Let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. All right, my FO. It's very tiny. I'm trying to put my hand behind it so you can see it. This is, so I'm cross-stitching a Christmas ornament every month, and this was June's. This is the Star Tree by JBW Designs, Judy Whitman, on 14 count Mill Hill white perforated paper, and I used 4 different sulkies flosses to stitch that. I have not FFO'd this. I have quite a few ornaments. I think I'm just going to wait and FFO them all at once. So that is June's ornament. I have not started July's yet. I might get to that today. I need to finish stitching. Get pink pearl fur. She loves to share. I need to finish stitching the river for this week. And then if I still have time today, we'll get on that. Okay, but next up, I can't remember who made this bag. Sorry. Yeah. This is Move Forward in Love by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I am stitching this on 16 count Fortnite fabrics in the hue colorway Ada. So here is where I'm at. I'm using the called for DMCs, but I'm blaming Katie Landis. Take a drink, water. If you don't watch, I think it's called The Pattern Queens. Now I'm like, oh, brain. Hold on, let's see. Let's open it over here because I know they just uploaded a new episode and my brain just needs more coffee. Yes, The Pattern Queens. If you don't watch their FlossTube, it's Laura, who is Katie's mom, and Keisha. But they have a drinking game every time they say Katie Landis, they drink water. Okay, so I was discussing this project with Katie Landis in a Black Needle Society Zoom because Laura and Katie are the Black Needle Society and Love You More Studio, the sleeves. And Katie was like, I think I'm going to do a rainbow for the border instead of the red. And I was like, I love that idea. So I ordered, this is Threadworks. It's number 1154 and it's called something like Bradley's Balloons or something like that. So I'm going to pull out the red border that I did and I'm going to use this rainbow. I know the colors aren't exact, like the blue is really close, the green is not. The yellow is close. The pink obviously is much brighter, but it goes into a red. The purple is close. So I think it's going to work, and I think it's going to be beautiful with a rainbow border. So I was waiting until I got the floss before I ripped out the red. And then I just haven't had time to work on this one because I'll show you in a minute why. So yeah, this is also a needle minder from Black Needle Society. I'll give you my coupon code in Yummies because I have a box to unbox to show you. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Making good progress on this. I'm using the pattern on Pattern Keeper, which is making it a whole lot easier to stitch. And I highly recommend Pattern Keeper. Okay, so there is that one. I'm trying to stay organized, so I'm trying to put these away as I go. Okay, next up. This is the project bag from the Black Needle Society's Autumn in Stars Hollow Retreat last year. I have not, I'm going to unbox the Summer in Stars Hollow in Yummies to show you. I mean, I've already unboxed it, but I'm going to show you the stuff. But I just left this in here. And do I have a picture of the pattern? Okay, I'm going to have to put it on the screen because I got the digital pattern. I didn't get the physical pattern this year. So this is what it looks like. I'm putting it on the screen right now for you. I've got it on my phone, so I will airdrop it over to the Mac Mini to edit it in. So this is what it looks like. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Ada, just a white Ada. And I'm using the called for DMCs, and then for the fancy floss, I'm using the color conversion that Forbidden Fiber Co. did. And this, so I'm stitching these all on one piece of fabric. So this is autumn right here. So it'll be a full long piece when I'm done. This is 33% done. That was my goal, was to hit 3,000 stitches, which I hit just a smidge more than 3,000 during the retreat last week, which started Wednesday night and ran through Sunday. I would have gotten a little bit more, except for I had to literally cut out 200 stitches that I totally messed up. But that's okay. So this is Miss Patty's. Of course, the 1,000 Yellow Daisies. This is going to be the other half of the gazebo with the singers, the Lazy Hazy Crazy Days singers in it. Lorelei's Jeep goes down here. There's a traffic light. There's a guitar. You've seen it all. I've just showed you the pattern. Also, I am now, for the most part, stitching in Q-snaps. If you've been around for a little while, I've mentioned before that I've been having issues with fingertips going numb and problems with my elbow and shoulder. There was my elbow just popping. And yeah, I talked to some fellow stitchers, including one who has issues as well, and am trying some different suggestions. So one is I'm stitching in Q-snaps now instead of in hand. So yeah, so there is my progress on Summer and Stars Hollow. I would like to pick this back up and get it finished. Let's see. If I could have this finished before I go on my trip in October, I would be pleased. So I should kind of maybe do the math and see how many stitches a week I need to do to get that done. And we'll see. Because, I mean, I really want to also work on Move Forward in Love that I showed you. But maybe like Move Forward in Love could be a project that I take with me on my trip. I've already know one other project I'm taking on my trip, which I'm going to show you in Yummies because it was a gift. So we shall see. Okay. Then in my Outlander to bed or to sleep project bag that I had made by Stitch Toolbox, I am working on, see, I should print out a copy of what Summer and Stars Hollow looks like so I can show you this way. This is The River by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am modifying it, and I took this piece down here and I flipped it and put it in place of the letters and numbers. So it'll be mirrored top and bottom. I am stitching this on Still City Stitcher 16 count Ada in the Crimson Peak colorway. And I'm using the floss that came with it, Forbidden Fiber Co. in the River of Life colorway. And here's where I'm at. I'm stitching 185 stitches a week on this. So I'm partway through, I believe it's week 26 this week. I still love the stripy deer. And you can see I'm getting quite a lot done on the flowers there in the middle. So I'm trying to do like all the flowers first, and then I'll do the urn. So 185 stitches a week. I think I'm getting close to like maybe around 5,000-ish, somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 stitches done. I don't plan to take this with me on my trip in October, so I need to make up a couple of weeks of stitching the 185 stitches. So I just need to do the math and figure out how many extra stitches I should be doing each week to stay current on that, because I took 2.5 weeks off of work, but I'm not going to be gone that whole time. I gave myself a buffer at the end to do some recovery, because I'm going to need that after that trip. So I think I just need to make up 2 weeks worth. So that's like 370 stitches. And I think I have probably about 14 weeks before my trip. Anyway, I'll do the math and figure out what I need to do. Okay, and then my final project. In my Winnie the Pooh project bag from Knit Run Dig, I am working on Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. I'm going to try to remember to post a photo in here because I took this out of the Q-snap this week because I needed to move the Q-snap, and I took a picture of like the full project. It was not ironed or anything, but just so you could see. All the details of everything that I'm using are in the show notes. I'm stitching, this is my 25/7 project, so I stitch either 25 stitches a day or 25 or more minutes a day on this. And I post it in my stories on Instagram each day. And then once a week on Fridays, I post my progress for the week. I am not taking this on my trip with me. So I'll take like a 2-ish week vacation from this and then come back, and I'm fine with that because I've worked on this every day for well over 400 days. So here's where I'm at. So I just had to move the Q-snap because like I was trying to stitch the square right here on Friday night. Oh my word, it was a mess because it was right, like the Q-snap was like right here. And so it was hard. So, but I did, this one right here, sorry. It was like right here. So it was kind of hard. This is the square I stitched yesterday. And as you can see, we're about to move into the castle, which is going to really, really, really slow down the number of stitches I can get a day because some of these squares, because the squares are 10 by 10, this is on a 25 count easy grid fabric. And I'm stitching it 2 strands over 1 10th stitch. So that means I only do 1 leg. And all my legs are in the same direction. I had a conversation with someone, I think it was during the Black Needle Society, the Summer and Stars Hollow retreat, about she had watched someone who did a project in 10th stitch, and they like alternated between doing the legs one way and then like on the next row the other way. I think that could be a really cool effect, like if you were doing like grass or something. I didn't do that for this. I don't feel like it would give the effect that I want in this, but it's a really cool idea to use it as to give it some like movement in the stitches. So anyway, so when I finished this square on Friday night, so I had done to there, I was at 72,670 stitches complete out of 265,824 stitches. I was at 27.338% complete. And I'm still at 13 out of 60 pages, but I think right here is like another page finish. So I think when I finish down this diagonal, when I finish the square, I think that'll be another page finish. So because I'm stitching diagonals now, the pages aren't like I will have gotten progress on like the next page because of doing it diagonals. Does that make sense? So anyway, and I think this is like somewhere close to around halfway through the full part of the project. I think. I did not count to figure it out, but I'm really pleased with my progress because I have stitched the entirety of this row of pages this year. When I started at the beginning of the year, I had a little bit left at the very end down here of the top row of pages. So we're halfway through the year, a smidge over halfway through the year, and I've gotten around halfway through this row of pages. So not bad. But like I said, it's going to slow down because these are, oh, that's what I was saying a while ago. These are 10 by 10 squares, and some of this, so 100 stitches. And some of these squares in the castle have like 50 colors in it. I mean, I don't know if you can see, like, look at all the colors. There's like, I think there's somewhere around like 70 or so colors in this. So, okay. I need to remember to put in the summer picture and the picture of the full width of this. So, that's everything for this segment. I do have cross-stitch content coming up in the next segment, so you should definitely stick around. And yes, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about, yummies. So, hold on, I'm trying to flip my fingers. Here we go. Okay, so first up, we got the 10th anniversary issue of Pom Pom Quarterly. This is Summer 2022, issue 41. I'm looking weirdly at it because it's a unique layout. I am not going to do a full review of this like I normally do for time's sake because I still have a lot of stuff to talk to y'all about. But I'm going to show you a few things. So the really cool thing about this issue is half of the issue is autumn, winter. You turn it upside down, spring, summer. So some of my favorites. This wrap, this is the Keswick by Zandy Peters. And it uses a strand of mohair with a contrast 4-ply. And it gives us just like, I don't know, kind of this woven mosaic look to it. I think it's really, really pretty. These are my colors, love that. This is Streamers by James N. Watts. So this is knit sideways. And it's so cool. I just love it. It would be the perfect thing to like layer over like my 100-day dress that I'm on, I think day 83 of. So, so that's really cool. And then this one, Illumina by In-Young Kim. I feel like they look like little cat heads. They're not, but that's what I saw when I first saw this. So apparently aluminum is a material traditionally associated with the 10th anniversary. This is a crochet shawl, which I don't crochet, but I still just think it's so beautiful. They used 3 colors of intersecting circles and rhombuses. So anyway, like I said, halfway through, it flips for you to do upside down. There's some really great articles in here. There's a recipe. Yeah, and as always, it smells amazing. And it's a much thicker issue this time for the 10th anniversary. So there's that. Check that out if you have not had a chance. Then we got the Just Cross Stitch August 2022. It's been a while since I looked at this. I feel like there was a couple things that I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute, which if you'll remember, there's been some issues that I haven't just been really impressed with lately. This one I think is just beautiful. I love sunflowers. It pays homage to formal Tudor gardens with black work. It's by Liz Almond of Black Work Journey. It's 104 by 104 stitches. And it does use French knots and beads. Okay, let's see what else. There is a really interesting article about Greek textiles. Athenian sunflowers. Super cool. This is by Krista West of Avley Folk Embroidery. It's 103 by 55 stitches. So that's really cool. There's some beach stuff. There's some ocean stuff if you're into that. Some patriotic, which is not my cup of tea. Christmas ornament preview. And then let's see if there was anything else. I think that may have been it. Yeah. So there's 2 or 3 things that are ones that I thought were interesting. So that's the Just Cross Stitch August 2022 issue. Okay. My sweet, sweet friend Sue, who is just lovely, and she wrote me the kindest note, and she knows I love Outlander, and so she spoiled me with this project from Forbidden Fiber Co. So this is, it's called Blood and Bone, and it says, "Ye are blood of my blood and bone of my bone." I'm going to take this and stitch it while I'm in the UK. Well, I'm going to work on it. I don't know if I'll finish it. It's 50 by 100, but it's obviously not full coverage. So, and not only did she send me the pattern, she sent me floss, plus one bonus floss. Let's see. Pistachio, grasshopper, garland, and heather are the what are called for in the pattern. And then she also sent me thistle, which I'm like, thistle should be in the pattern because it's a Scottish thistle. So maybe I will modify the purple in it a little bit and use that in it. And then she also sent me the fabric. So this is 1/8 of a yard of Ada Zweigart 14 count in the tumbleweed colorway. So really, really pretty. And yeah, thank you so much, Sue, for blessing my life. It was so, so sweet of her. So yeah, I am excited to work on that. Okay, if you've been watching for a while, you've probably heard me talk about Wander Free and Queer. Ali and Danila are the shop. And they had a new sticker come out. Crafty Queer. I had to buy a couple. I've got one on my coffee thing. And I will put this one somewhere else. But I thought they were super cute. And Ali and Danila are just lovely, lovely people. And I'm happy to support their small business. Okay, then I am in the monthly Gilmore Girls yarn club from Fangirl Fibers. This is the May yarn, and it was inspired by the amazing Doggy Swami, which is in some of the later seasons. This is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight 100 grams, 400 yards. So it's got the tealy blues, the purples, the greens. It's just really, really nice. And yeah, and my June colorway is on the way. It just has not arrived yet. So I will share that with you once it comes. I want to keep that card slide down in there. There we go. There we go. So again, that's Fangirl Fibers. I think I saw on Instagram that she might have just a very small handful of this colorway in her shop. They must have been like extras or something from when she did the club. So so if you're interested, you can check out Fangirl Fibers. Okay, Knit Crate. So we have been with Knit Crate for a very long time. They send us their monthly subscription box, and a lot of times we share the yarn with y'all in giveaways. And yeah, and they also give us a coupon code, and I'm going to tell you about that in a minute because the coupon code has changed up a little bit, so that's exciting. So this is June's box. The theme was Homestead, and we got Uru Yarn Asher in the Old Barn colorway. It's 34% cotton, 35% linen, 19% lyocell, and 11% nylon. Sport weight 100 grams, 351 yards, and we got 2 skeins of it. That is blowing it way out. It's a very orangey red, but it's got browns in it too. Reds are always hard, orangey reds, to show true color. I don't know if that helps any. It's a beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it's soft, and it looks like it's chain plied. And they sent, which I'm excited to try, Copper Cow Coffee Vanilla Pour Over Vietnamese Coffee, and Copper Cow Coffee Milk and Sugar Latte Creamer. So I'm excited to try those. And yeah, so like I said, Knit Crate has changed up the coupon code a little bit. So Now with the coupon code is still the same, Geeky20, GEEKY20. You are going to get $40 to spend on your first month of any Knit Crate subscription. So essentially you can get your first month for free, paying shipping and handling and potentially taxes. I don't know how that works, but I believe it's, you get the box, you pay shipping and handling. If you remain a Knit Crate subscriber for 3 months in a row, in your 4th month, you'll get 40% off another box. So your 4th box will be essentially free other than shipping and handling. So that's really, really cool. So the link is in the show notes, knitcrate.com. But use the code Geeky20, GEEKY20 to get $40, so essentially free box, pay your shipping and handling in the 1st month, stay for 3 consecutive months. In your 4th month, you get another free box, pay shipping and handling. So I feel like that's a really, really great deal. So thank you so much to Knit Crate for that. Okay, I think I'm going to split this video because this one's already getting kind of long, and I'm going to talk about the Gilmore Girls box. So let me stop here, and then I'll start another video just so it doesn't get, the video length doesn't get too long. Okay, so I did a full unboxing of this on a separate video here on the on our YouTube channel. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or through like Apple Podcasts or whatever. I did a full unboxing of this, including screaming in excitement at one of the items because I was so excited. I'll show you which one in a minute. So I'm just going to briefly go through and show you what was in this box, but if you want to see the full unboxing, check the YouTube channel. So this is the Summer and Stars Hollow box. So first up, in the autumn box, we got this Eat Like a Gilmore. The art on this is so fabulous. Recipe binder. And we got recipe cards in autumn, but then we also now got recipe cards in summer. We got Clyde the Wedding Cake. That was my water. Thankfully, I caught it. Dessert sushi, homemade beefaroni, homemade Twinkies, Liz and TJ's White Russian, pot roast for Dean, and that's it. So there's still more pages because there will be more recipe cards in spring and winter. So, but I did pull this down to put the recipe cards in so that I would have them all together. Okay. I'm having a whole mess thing here. Okay, next up is Ice Cream Queen scissor sheath. So you can put your scissors in, especially if you have an especially sharp pair of scissors, which I do right here. I keep the cap on them because they're very sharp. But you can just put your scissors down in there. There you go. This is the item I screamed about. We got a Fable Band, 1,000 Yellow Daisies headband. I adore Fable bands. I own way too many of them, probably. I think I own close to 20 now. But I totally screamed when I opened this out of the box. And someone who watched my unboxing told one of the owners, and she came over and watched it and laughed and thought it was so funny that I was so excited. So sometimes I wear it like this, and sometimes I wear them like this. Love it. 1,000 Yellow Daisies, Fable bands. This is so cool. This is made by Nerdy Needle Design. It says reality has absolutely no place in our world, and you can, it's a floss drop, thread sorter. And they're numbered so you can be like, you can write on your pattern, you know, oh, color 310 is in number 1 or whatever. And I think that's really, really cool. And it's wood. Really cool. This is the project bag, which I will sing for you. Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Those days of soda and pretzels and beer. This had to be in the box. I mean, like, they could not do a Summer and Stars Hollow box without this, because it is the iconic summer thing in the show. It was designed by Kitster Kronk. And now you're welcome that the song is in your head. We got, this is so funny, a Kirk's Diner sticker. Because if you know, you know. We got this, oh, there's the Fable Dance card. We got this gorgeous fabric from R&R Reproductions. This is the 16 count Ada Stars Hollow blend, and it does smell like coffee. It's just a beautiful neutral. And it smells so good. So good. We got flosses. These are from Color and Cotton. We got Mom Touched the Pope, Fruits de la Terre, Love Rocket, Ice Cream Queen, and Love You. I Love You, You Idiot. So those are fabulous flosses. They came in the Al's Pancake World box. I need to take photos of all of this for the photo challenge. We got the You Made Me a Hoopa Scissor Fob. And it's so beautiful. And if you look at it closely, you can find the goat. And oh, it's just beautiful. This is an iconic scene from Gilmore Girls. We got our exclusive needle minder. Ooh, don't fall. Things are falling, y'all. Okay. We got the needle minder, which is the Town Troubadour needle minder, established 1779, official Stars Hollow Troubadour. Super cute. We got the, gosh, this is hysterical. If you know, you know. Hey There body wash by Wickwish, and it's blue spruce, juniper, pine, and warm vanilla musk. It smells so good. I'm not normally a musk person, but this smells so good, and it cracked me up because, you know, if you know the show, you know the Hey There did not turn out well. We got the Summer and Stars Hollow pattern, which I showed you in FlossTube segment, and we got the Luke's Diner mug. Fantastic. It's a really nice size. It's one of those that you can like really cup in your hand. So that is everything we got. The retreat was fantastic. Had a really good time. Other than we were having a heat wave. This year I had air conditioning, thank goodness. But Pink had a seizure during one of the stitching sessions, and she was on top of her cat condo and fell to the floor. And I may have screamed an expletive. And had to apologize later once I was back on, because of course I jumped up to help her. But she's fine. She's fine. But I think the heat just got to her, even though we were running the AC. It was hot. It was hot here, and now we've cooled back off because obviously, you know, we're having gray skies. So we had like 3 days where it was into the 80s, close to around 90. And then now we're back in the 60s and 70s, which is totally fine by me. This is the weather I like. So that was the Summer and Stars Hollow box. As a reminder, I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. If you use the coupon code JAVAPEARL5, JAVAPURL, and the number 5, you get 5% off everything in the vault. And the vault is where they put stuff that's left over from these boxes. But I did see a note that they're going to not put, they normally put it in on the first of the month following when the box goes out, but I believe they were saying they were going to wait until August 1st to list this stuff. So whatever they have left from the Summer Stars Hollow box will go in August 1st. So set a timer, alarm, whatever. Okay, that is everything for Yummies. I know that was a lot. I told you all I had a lot. Let's move on to the next segment. right, now let's talk about what we're reading, watching, and listening to. A reminder about our RAL, which is our year-long read-along, where you read 15 minutes a day every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. And by participating in the seasonal, which we're now into the July, August, September, you earn entries into the year-long challenge. And at the beginning of 2023, which is only 6 months away, how this year is flying, we will draw for 3 grand prize winners. Okay, so the April, May, June seasonal RAL has ended. So we had a couple people that posted that didn't make the minimum threshold, but everyone else that participated read every day in April, May, and June. That's 91 days of reading at least 15 minutes a day, which is amazing. So I've already sent them all coupon codes for a discount in our Etsy shop, but I want you to tell you who they were. So they were Andrea J, Brittany M, Jane S, Penny GS, Roberta B, and Silver D. Great job, y'all. I'm so proud of you for reading every single day. And then I drew for 2 ebook winners. If you are one of the winners of the ebook, please go to javapearldesigns.com, look in the ebook section, find what ebook you would like. Email us at GGKCS. I was trying to decide if there was a hyphen. There's not. GGKCS podcast at gmail.com. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. GGKCS podcast at gmail.com, and I will send you the PDF. Those 2 winners picked by random number generator is Jane S and Silver D. So Jane and Silver, please email me, ggkcspodcast at gmail.com. Let me know what ebook you would like, and I'll send it. You have 30 days to claim your prize, or you forfeit it. All right. I'm not going to tell you everything that I read since we met last, because it's a lot. I am going to tell you a couple of series of audiobooks that I've been listening to, and a couple other series I want to tell you about. So I have been continuing to listen to the Vampire Knitting Club series by Nancy Warren. I listened to Diamonds and Daggers, Herringbones and Hexes, and Ribbing and Ruins, and I'm caught up. I'm current. I am waiting for the next book to come out, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm current. This is a cozy mystery series, which I really am into cozy mysteries right now. I mean, I've been into cozy mysteries for a long time, but I'm just really in a cozy mystery mood right now. It is a knitting shop in Oxford, owned by a witch. She inherited it from her grandmother, who's also a witch and is now a vampire. She didn't really die. She's a vampire. The vampires live under the knitting shop. So there's vampires and witches and knitting. What more could you ask? And the UK. What more could you ask for? Also by the same author, since I finished that or caught up to that series, I was like, okay, what else am I going to listen to? I'm listening to the Great Witches Baking Show series by Nancy Warren. I listened to the Great Witches Baking Show, Baker's Coven, A Rolling Scone, a Bunt Instrument, like a blunt, but a bunt instrument, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, T-I-E-R-S, Crumbs and Misdemeanors, and A Cream of Passion. So this is like the Great British Baking Show, but with witches and cozy mystery. I'm waiting. I've got a hold on the next book, so I'm waiting for that. Okay, and then a couple of other series that I've been reading. Again, the Duncan Kincaid and Gemma James series by Deborah Crombie. I read Garden of Lamentations and A Bitter Feast, and I think I'm caught up with this series now. I believe I'm caught up with this series. This is detectives in the UK. And it's just a lovely series. Not cozy mystery, more mystery. And then, if you were with me, in a room with me at any point, probably, I believe, during the Gilmore Girls retreat, you heard me talk about this series. I read the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson. This is marketed as a middle grade series. It scared the crap out of me, especially book 1. I read The Name of the Star, The Madness Underneath, and The Shadow Cabinet. Set in the UK, obviously, set in London. Shades of London is the name of the series. Book 1 has a Jack the Ripper ghost. And I'm reading this before bed during the retreat. And Laura of Blind Needle Society has read these. I don't remember if Katie's read them, but anyway, she's read other stuff by this author for sure. But so I'm reading it, before going to sleep during the retreat. I'm totally freaked out and had to tell myself, Cece, there's not a ghost in your apartment. There's not a ghost in your apartment. So it scared the crap out of me. Books 2 and 3 didn't scare me as much, but book 1 really scared the crap out of me. But it was a really good series. Maureen Johnson also wrote the Truly Devious series, which the reason I found this series is because Katie from Blind Needle Society told me that we're unexpectedly getting a 5th book in the Truly Devious series. And then I ended up down a rabbit hole to see what else Maureen Johnson had written. So I'm watching some of what I'm watching. Law and Order Special Victims Unit, watching the episodes for the That's Messed Up NSVU podcast, which is not safe for children. Gilmore Girls, rewatching season 3 with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast, which is a lovely podcast. I finished watching series 2 of Gentleman Jack, which is like one of these love-hate relationships that I have with this show. I love it, but I hate it. I'm watching season 2 of Only Murders in the Building. Love this show so much. I'm watching season 3 of The Umbrella Academy. I think I have like 3 episodes left. And I finished watching season 4 of Stranger Things. So, the first half came out, and then the second part came out of season 4. And the second part of season 4, it's only 2 episodes, but they're both like movie-length episodes. So essentially, I think if you broke it down, it would be like 5 or 6 regular-length episodes. So I started watching this Friday after work. I'd already watched part 1. I was watching part 2. Started watching it and was like, okay, I'm going to stop and go to bed. Pink and I stayed up late and finished watching because I just couldn't stop. It was so good. I cried many tears, and left us on a total cliffhanger. My watch wants me to stand up. Left us on a total cliffhanger for season 5. It was so good. And listening to my favorite murder podcast and random Spotify playlists. All right, with that, let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's talk about the June, July, August summertime and the living is easy. Owl. I did introduce this in a short video a few weeks ago when I also announced the prize winners from the Sheepy Spring Owl, but let me tell you about it again in case you missed that. This started on the 1st of June and it runs through the end of August, the 31st of August. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince this is related to summertime. Your fallback is you made it in the summer. Even if you're in the other hemisphere, we still count it. It's all good. No whips are allowed, so you can't start your project before June the 1st, and it has to be finished by August 31st. Every project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin that's at least 20 yards, and you finish it and you post it in the FO thread in our Facebook group, it counts as one entry into the giveaways. If your project is not at least 20 yards, please group it in one photo with multiple projects that total at least 20 yards, and that one photo is one entry into the giveaways. For stitching and sewing projects, so cross stitch, embroidery, like actual sewing of like garments, quilts, project bag, whatever, any of that, we'll leave that up to your best judgment. If you want us to weigh in on it, you can email us ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it meets their rules. Please make sure and complete our Google form, which is linked in the show notes as well as in our Facebook group. This helps us when we draw prize winners to make sure you're getting a prize that is a craft you do. If you don't fill out the Google form and you win a prize, you'll get what you get. Speaking of prizes, if you would like to donate a prize, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. The prizes for this owl are a set of sunflowers for Ukraine counting pins from Lady Dot Creates that I purchased to include in the summer prizes. 2 skeins of Knitology Wisp yarn in the clay pot colorway. A holiday cat cross-stitch kit donated by Lori. And 2 skeins of Adine wools by Knit Crate Interlock in the Haze colorway. Thank you so much to our prize donors. You have to be a member of the GGKCS podcast / FlossTube group on Facebook to participate. That's linked in the show notes. You need to, if you hit the join in the group, you need to make sure and answer the questions, because if you don't answer the questions, we're gonna decline the membership. So one of the questions is our cat's name, Pink Pearl, Stinky Butt, any of those. Who's the mama, Cece or Dammy? Cece, that's me. I'm the mama. And then the other one, you need to read the rules for the group, and there's a password. You need to put that in and answer those questions, and we'll add you to the group. There's an FO thread in there. You post in the FO thread, and that's how you enter the owl. We do have a social media hashtag if you want to post your projects on social media. It's hashtag GGKCS Summertime 22. We'll lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of September, and the winners will be announced on the next podcast after that. As always, you have 30 days to claim your prize if you are a winner or you forfeit it. There is a chatter thread in the group if you want to talk about what you're working on. And people who have finished projects so far in this, I totally wrote that wrong. It's the July, August, September. I was like, we've had more FOs than this. Okay, sorry. No, it's the June. Sorry, I'm like confusing myself. It's the read along is the July, August, September. That's where my confusion is. Okay, so the people who finished projects since the last time we talked are Andrea J, Jane S, and Silver D. So great job. Keep working on those projects, get them posted, and you could be a winner. Sorry, my confusion. Yeah, I'm confusing it because of the read-along. We do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. But our owls are June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I know, it's confusing. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to the next one. And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of the show where you ask us questions and we try to answer them. This question actually came from YouTube, and it was from Emily S. And she asked, question for the podcast, if you don't mind sharing, what types of jobs is Dammy applying for? Well, Dammy actually got a job. Yay! So they graduated in June from university. And they started a job 2 weeks ago, actually. They've finished their second week at another university, not their alma mater, another university here in Seattle. And they are working in the registrar's office. It's a full-time job. They are working, what they're having to get used to it is 4 10-hour shifts. So it makes for longer days, but you get 3-day weekend. So that's nice. Yeah, but they're working in the registrar's office. They had done, at their alma mater while they were in school, they had a student job working in that type of office. I think they called it something different, but that's essentially what it was. So they had that experience already, which helped them get this job. So, and they are, they've moved into a place with 2 other friends, and they're still fairly close to me. They're a tiny smidge further away. They're a little bit west of where they were at university, but it's still in the same neighborhood. So they're just a smidge further away from me. I think probably like maybe 2 bus stops or something. So not too bad at all. They were actually here last night. We had dinner together. So yeah, so they're just trying to get adjusted to working that full-time schedule and get settled into their new place, and they're doing well. And thank y'all for your continued support of my kid. So proud of them. Can't believe they're going to be 23 in October. How? Feels like it was just yesterday. So thank you so much for the question, Emily. If you have a question for us, thus far, there has not been a question we've been unwilling to answer. So, although we do reserve that right, but you can post in the Ask the Geeks thread in the Facebook group. You can post like Emily did in a comment on any of our YouTube videos. You can send me an Instagram DM. You can send us an email, ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. Any of those things, and we will add it to the queue and be happy to answer. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment. And we made it to the end of the show. I know it was a long one. Thanks for sticking with me. A few announcements. I already mentioned I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. Save 5% on everything in the vault with the code JAVAPEARL5, JAVAPURL. And exciting news, the Pride Along that we are co-hosting has been extended for another year. So this is going to run through through July the 1st of 2023. So through Pride Month next year. And our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along. There is a YouTube video in the show notes. Just be aware that we've extended the dates on it from when we recorded that. We'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast /FlossTube. No matter how it is you support us, we are so grateful you are part of our community. It means so, so much to us. Thank you to those of you who support us financially. That money primarily goes to shipping out prizes, which is what I did with the springtime owl prizes. I've shipped all but one. I haven't heard from one of the prize winners. So that's where the money primarily goes. The rest goes to like technology behind the scenes as we have to upgrade things because, new technology and older technology fades and all those things. So there are a few ways you can support us financially if you're so inclined. Patreon and YouTube Join are sites where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. You can find out more and sign up at patreon.com/ggkcs or by clicking the join button under any of our YouTube videos. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, there's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website. We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is a site that is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. Every episode, I make a bookshelf of the books that we talk about, and you can shop from there, or you can just search and shop in general. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, and local independent bookstores also earn money from your purchase. Our shop is at bookshop.org/shop/ggkcs, and we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, click on the appropriate Amazon link, do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. Doesn't cost you anything extra. A great way to support us by doing something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you'll find links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, our Facebook group, all the other places that we are that I'm not thinking of. All the links are there. I know this was a long episode. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And until we are back together, happy crafting. Take care of yourself. The world is kind of a dumpster fire right now, and we're all just trying to survive. Stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves and for the rights that we all deserve. Until I see you again, happy crafting. I'll talk to you again soon.
Excuse me, ma'am. I can't work under these conditions. Excuse me. What are you doing? Excuse me, ma'am. How am I supposed to work like this? How am I supposed to work when you're laying on my belly? I got computers and keyboard and mouse to deal with. How am I supposed to deal with you too? This is not gonna work. These are unfavorable working conditions. You don't care though, right? Are you gonna get down? I already gave you food. I don't know what else you want. Send help!